I feel like before I introduce this project to YouTube, I should probably give some background on it. So this is a 1948 Willys Jeep CJ2A. Bought this thing in March of 2017, and over the last like 3.5 years, it's slowly being turned into a rock crawler. When I dug it out of a field, it had been sitting in a field for 30 years. It had a 198 V6 Buick motor in it, only produced in 1963, so you can't really get parts for it. It had trashed valve train, so the original frame was rotted, so I sold the frame, the running gear, and that 198 V6 motor for basically what I bought the Willys for. And after that, I purchased a I think it was a 76 CJ5, and it was completely rotted. A body shop had stolen all the parts off of the metal tub to put together a fiberglass tub build, and they bought a brand new frame that included a motor and everything. So I picked up that frame for like $100. The only bad piece of that frame that was kind of rotted was back at the rear leaf spring hangers, which is where all CJ5, CJ7 frames rot out, because there's giant holes, mud gets packed in there, and then they just waste away to nothing. But that was okay, because the CJ2A is like 10 inches shorter in the back than a late CJ5. So I cut all that off. I boxed it in with, I believe it was 2x3, and created my own frame. I still have to mount the shackles on the back here. But so it's a 48 tub, 2A tub, with a CJ3B windshield, so it's low because my seats are going to be down on the floor. And it's going to have a small block Chevy in it. I chose the small block Chevy because I got this motor for like $50. I tore it down, I re-gasketed it, had to hone the cylinders with the dingle ball, and then so it should be good to go. Everything on the outside is new: intake manifold, motorcraft carb, distributor. I did get to test fire over, and I'll probably put that clip in here. So tonight's project, and really the next 30 days, is I've been slacking for 3 years. I need to get this thing going, or I need to sell it. So over the next 30 days, every night, I'm going to tackle one thing. I don't care how big, how small it is, but I'm going to start something and I'm going to finish it. So tonight's task on day one is I've got the flywheel installed, but tonight we're going to install the clutch, because I finally got the clutch tool that I needed. So a weird thing is, like, so this is a 305 from 1986, I think out of a C10. 1986 was a crossover year, I would think. External balanced versus internal balanced for the crankshafts. I'm not exactly too sure. But so originally I bought a flywheel for after this switch, and the hole for the crank here was a different size. The bolt pattern's a different size. So went back to Rock Auto, picked up the correct one for externally balanced, and now we get to do the fun part. So this is the small block Chevy we are putting a Ford T18 4-speed behind it. So that means a couple goofy things that we have to do. It would have been a lot easier to do in like an MP. I don't remember what it is. It's not the MP, the SM465 from Chevy, because it all just would have bolted up. But so this is a 168 tooth flywheel. I had to get a pilot bushing from Novak Conversions to go to the correct diameter for the Ford transmission. So behind me here, hopefully you can see. And so here is the Ford T18. So this is a Chevy bell housing. I had to get the front bearing retainer turned down, the outer diameter, and next step is, so I can fit the Chevy bearing over this, is I had to get this turned down, and then I had to get this shortened like 3/4 of an inch, I think, to go back and check my notes. But and then on the back of it, it's the 1976 Jeep CJ5 Dana 20 that was in the back of the tub and frame that I bought, that where the frame is currently under this Jeep. So tonight we are gonna install the clutch and then probably call it good, because it's 50 degrees in the garage and I am a little cold. Don't have the furnace hooked up yet. Part number to install a Ford 11-inch clutch disc from, I think I got this from O'Reilly's. Not a sponsor, but maybe someday. TAT 5304. These are Chevy pressure plate bolts. Mr. Gasket 910. I'll thread a couple of these in, and then I'm going to start putting Loctite in some of them, but I need something to hold the clutch pressure plate on. Ideally, I would like to use red Loctite, but I don't have any, and parts store's closed. Okay, night one of the books. Let's see what we can get done tomorrow night.